How did you get down there? What's that? King Henry? Never heard of the bloke. Right, so what we got growing down here today in the woodland garden is a plant called Good King Henry. Now it's also sometimes known by the name Fat Hen or Mercury, and effectively what it is a shade tolerant edible perennial. Now it used to be quite common in Europe and the UK. Lincolnshire Spinach is another name it's been known by in the past. And what's good about this plant is basically you can use the leaves, young leaves, for salads, but really what it is a substitute for spinach. Now it's not going to be as productive per square foot of normal annual spinach, but what it will do is, if planted in good number in a woodland environment or a temperate forest garden, you're going to end up with a decent spinach crop. Now the good thing is with this plant is you can also saute the flower heads in butter, and like I've said before, anything that will grow in shade and give you a leaf crop is very, very beneficial. Now the one thing I'd say about this plant, and like most of these edible perennials, is you have to invest a little bit of time to get them established. What I did with this was I sowed them. Now some people do have problems sowing them, but where I had first time success with sowing them, I sowed them and they took about 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. Just keep that soil moist, and then when they start to grow, the first year really you want to keep them either on a window ledge or somewhere where they're just going to be protected from the elements. Their first really season, the following season, you should be thinking about planting these out. But this particular plant I've got down here now, we're in its second year, and I would expect that next year, year 3, you would start to get something that looked like more of a substantial plant. Anything perennial relies on its root system to store energy to come back next year. So that's what you're trying to do with these. And like most of the things I've done in the forest garden, I'm just investing the time on getting things established. Then when I start getting a bumper crop, then I can start to harvest. So this is something, you know, you have to think about when growing things like Lincolnshire spinach, a Good King Henry. You just got to invest a little bit of time. Now they generally like a light, fertile soil, so nothing too heavy, too boggy, perhaps something that's not going to get too wet, but is light enough so it can run a nice root system down into the ground. So I would say if you're creating a forest garden, or you have a shady area of the garden where you want to perhaps grow an edible crop, or just grow something that looks, or just something that will grow in them environments, Good King Henry's a good one for you. It looks attractive, it's an unusual plant, it's great for the garden, it's great for the kitchen garden. Get out there and give it a go.